everyone. I'm Jesse.
And I'm Gian. Jesse and I are both Hyundai product specialists, and this is a special head-to-head edition of Hyundai Showroom Walkaround. Now, today it's mid-size sedans, and we've got 3 of them in here with us.
The 2020 Sonata SEL with convenience package,
The 2020 Toyota Camry SE, and the 2020 Honda Accord Sport.
Okay, now before we get going on the walkthroughs, Gian, we need to hit the details.
Camry is getting 39 mpg highway. It has a 2.5-liter engine putting out 203 horsepower. 8-speed automatic transmission priced at $26,170. Accord gets 35 mpg highway. It has a 1.5-liter turbo engine with a continuously variable transmission putting out 192 horsepower, listed at $26,980. And Sonata comes in at 37 mpg highway, 191 horsepower from its 2.5-liter engine, 8-speed automatic transmission priced at $26,900.
Now, all 3 of these are mid-size sedans that seat up to 5, and all 3 have been popular models in the category for quite some time. So, Gian, let's see how they stack up. Now, the first big difference you're going to notice is design. And we're just getting started here, but I would say the Sonata is off to a huge head start.
Camry definitely has its own identity, but to me, it seems like it's trying to do too many different things. And the Accord, once again, its own unique style, but very, very predictable. I don't really see anything exciting or dynamic going on here.
And this is the Sonata. So compared to the Camry and Accord, you'll see it looks dramatically different with its bold, sporty styling. And it has a lot of design features that really take it from kind of what you'd expect out of a sedan to something far more interesting. Now, to start off, the Sonata represents Hyundai's new sensuous sportiness design philosophy. It's going to be longer, lower, and wider than its previous model, and quite a bit more aggressive look.
Okay, now let's check out front end angle.
All right, now with the Sonata, it's all about this innovative chrome accent that works seamlessly into the hidden LED DRLs. Now, this is the signature design element, Gian, that really sets the tone for the entire vehicle. Now, you also have these integrated LED headlights. I mean, we could do an entire show just on these front LED setup.
Now, Camry has LED headlights and DRLs, and they look good. A really good fit for the overall design of the vehicle. Accord has LED headlights, DRLs, and fog lights. Pretty similar looking between the Accord and the Camry, but the Sonatas are really striking.
Yeah, and when you see these things on the road, these LEDs really stand out. Now, you also have this wide black gloss front grille with a real distinctive pattern to it, and I love this. The hood comes all the way up to the front grille with no sheet metal fillers, no seams in between, and then finally, these sculpted air vents down below for a really smooth overall look on the front.
And here's Camry mixing body color panels right into the black mesh inserts, and then big non-functional front vents out to the side. Now, Accord's grille integrates beautifully right into those headlights like the Sonatas, giving it a nice, clean overall look.
Yeah, definitely the best angle on the Accord, but Gian, what about the profiles?
Now, taking a look at Camry, pretty clean, pretty straightforward. And the Accord, now to me, it can start to feel a little boxy, especially around the front end.
Yeah, I definitely see what you're saying there. Now, compare that to the Sonata that has that sport coupe-like profile. I mean, athletic proportions, crisp body lines. I mean, overall, to me, a profile that is sleeker and sexier than both the Camry and the Accord.
And what about the wheels? Now, they aren't bad. 18-inch wheels on the Camry. And the Accords aren't bad either. They're big, 19-inch wheels over here.
The Sonata has 17-inch alloy wheels, but a really aggressive design, though. And for me, a design that fits the overall vehicle better than both the Camry and the Accord. Now, another thing that adds to that sophisticated, aggressive styling of the Sonata, the LED indicator lights on the side view mirrors. Now, Gian, this is one of those, small but really nice features that can make a big impact on the design of a vehicle.
I agree, Jesse, but no signal indicators on the Camry or the Accord.
And how about this fastback design on the Sonata? Sloping roof line, short overhang in the back. I mean, Gian, this is one of those design elements that you might not notice at first, but once you do, can't you see how it makes the car look like that 2-door sports coupe?
Yeah, that's a good look, Jesse. The Accord also has that fastback design, just a little more disguised, almost like I have to squint to see it. And the Camry, not much of a fastback going on here, just a back.
Well, speaking of back ends, Gian, how did the Camry and Accord line up?
Here's the Accord. Predictable, reserved, nothing really remarkable here on the Camry either. There are some lines, but it's tough to see how it adds to the design of the car.
Well, over here at the Sonata, I love the look of these boomerang LED taillights. And you can see how they're connected in the center by this light bar, and it really stands out because the rest of the back end is just so clean. And then Gian, it's also really nice. I love how the side body lines, you can see them integrate right into the rear taillights. I mean, overall, you have a really clean, smooth look to the back end. Another nice touch is the rear spoiler. I love how it's integrated right into the body of the car.
Yeah, I really like that, Jesse. Now, both the Camry and the Accord have rear spoilers, but to me, it just seems like it was more of an add-on attachment.
Well, Gian, it seems like we've covered the exterior of the vehicles. Why don't we go inside now and check out how the interiors look? All right, so Gian, first impression, the interior of the Sonata is really exactly what you would expect based on the exterior. Very modern, smart, balanced, a clean, streamlined dash. I love that look. I mean, Gian, I wish you were sitting in here with me. It's got a very upmarket feel and layout to it.
Yeah, I don't know, Jesse. I think it's trying too hard inside the Camry. You know, things don't seem to want to fit together with that overall curviness of the design. Now, the Accord is more simple and straightforward than Camry. Just feels pretty conventional to me. It's not as fresh as the Sonata, Jesse.
Okay, well, what about the seats? I mean, over here we have an 8-way power driver seat with lumbar support that feels so nice, and heated seats, which Gian, both come standard.
Camry also has 8-way power adjustment driver seats with power lumbar support. No heated seats though. Accord's driver seat has 12-way power adjustment and power lumbar support, and they're both heated, so it should be pretty comfortable in here.
What about the dash? I mean, Gian, you have to see this in-dash in the Sonata. It's a very streamlined, clean dash that flows really nicely with the rest of the vehicle. And one thing I love about it, Gian, the screen pops up out of the dash almost like it was built in. It doesn't feel like it's just tacked on at the end.
The Accord dash is simple and clean, but you know, I'm just not a fan of that touchscreen looking like it was just bolted on. And the Camry has a screen that's embedded in the dash. Kind of an older look to me. And the overall dash design, lots of curves and just a lot going on here. Now the wheel is leather trimmed. It has that 3-spoke design. Button controls within reach, pretty standard setup as sedans go. Now the Accord's wheel is a lot like the Camry's. You have that 3-spoke look, button controls, looks good, but pretty expected.
The Sonata steering wheel is leather wrapped, really comfortable, and I love the clean layout of the buttons, really easy to reach. And also, the Sonata goes one step further, Gian. It's got this beautiful inset trim that really matches and really integrates well with the overall interior. I mean, in general, it's a very nice touch. And then I love how clean the controls are. We have this electronic shift button transmission here that really frees up a lot of extra space there in the front console.
Camry does have that traditional shifter in here. The Accord has the traditional shifter in here too. But I like how the Accord gets the touchscreen up and out of the way, which makes it easier to use the controls.
Well, I mean, overall, Jan, I think we can both agree the Sonata is definitely looking like a lot more modern and refined option in its interior. So now let's take a look at some features. So how far ahead is the Sonata exactly when it comes to technology? Well, you could say the Sonata actually hands you the keys to the future, because that's with the Hyundai digital key. Gian, you can actually now transform your smartphone into a key fob. Yeah, that's right. Or you can use a handy key card just like this. All you have to do is hold either device right up to your door handle to unlock it, and you can even start the engine by placing it inside the vehicle. Now, you can even choose to share it with friends and family by sending a digital key to their compatible smartphone. So that's the Sonata. Gian, how about the Camry?
Well, Camry's got a key, just not a digital one like that. And nope, the Accord doesn't have one either.
All right, well, let's head back into the interiors to check out some more tech. Now, John, the gauge cluster in the Sonata is completely digital, and I wish you could see this screen. It is huge. It's a 12.3-inch gauge cluster. The gauges are completely digital, they're modern looking, they're really clean, And I tell you, Gene, it's even got these fun animations whenever you switch the drive modes. They're really quick and they're really good looking.
Now, in the Accord, it is a little smaller, 7 inches, but it does have the different drive modes. And, you know, the gauges are clean and simple. The Camry doesn't have a full digital gauge cluster. It has a 4.2-inch instrument screen, and it just feels like all the information is packed tightly in there.
And wireless device charging is right here, which, Gian, is going to come in your Sonata SEL when you have the convenience package.
It's not standard on the Camry SE. You have to pay for the audio package upgrade to get it. It's not standard on the Accord Sport either. You have to upgrade to the highest trim to get it.
All right, Gian, now a favorite topic of mine, infotainment and touchscreens. Now, the Sonata's touchscreen is 8 inches, so plenty big. And it flows in this interior because how it is framed and positioned up front. And honestly, I like having hard buttons and knobs available, so I have that option to manually control things if I want to.
It's a 7-inch touchscreen in the Camry, but it feels way smaller the way it's embedded in the dash like that. The Accord is a lot like the Sonata, with that 8-inch touchscreen sitting up on the dash with hard buttons on the sides. Now, it just doesn't blend into the overall design as well as it does in the Sonata.
Now, Android Auto and Apple CarPlay integration are standard on the Sonata, so really good news there. Now, as cool as the technology is in our Sonata, Hyundai understands that comfort and convenience can be just as important. And Gian, one feature that I love is the auto-dimming rear view mirror with HomeLink.
It's only available as an additional cost package on the Camry. And on the Accord, you have to upgrade to one of the higher cost trims.
Now, front legroom in the Sonata is 46.1 inches and front headroom is 40 inches. And I am still going back. Oh my God. Gian, this thing is so massive. I mean, I'm 6'2" and my feet are barely touching the pedals right now. I mean, I feel so comfortable sitting inside this car.
Well, that's more than the Camry. Well, that's more than the Accord too. Actually, Sonata's legroom and front headroom are best in class.
Now, Gian, over here in the Sonata, for people in the back seat, there's a second row USB charge port that comes standard when you get the Sonata SEL with the convenience package.
Now, with the Camry and the Accord, the second row USB charge ports are available as add-on accessories through their parts department for an additional cost.
All right, Gian. Now, one more thing that you are gonna love about the Sonata, we have a hands-free smart trunk.
Not available on the Camry. Nope, the Accord doesn't have it either.
You know what, Gian? To be honest, I already knew that because that is a class exclusive feature for the Sonata. Just showing off a little bit over here. All right, now let's start to get into safety features.
A lot of focus and development goes into giving sedans like these technologies to help you watch out for things, so you and others on the road are safe.
Right, and it turns out the Sonata just goes a little bit further in doing exactly that. Now, you're going to get features like blind spot collision avoidance assist and rear cross traffic collision avoidance assist. So you're protected both on the side and in the rear of the vehicle.
Now, those safety features are available both on the Accord and the Camry.
Okay. All right, well, what about driver attention warning? Now, Gian, this is a great feature where it's actually going to monitor your driving habits to help prevent potential accidents by alerting you when you might have inattentive or drowsy driving.
So that's available on the Accord, but not on the Camry.
All right, okay. Well, let me throw you this one. Rear occupant alert. And this is actually going to remind you every time you park to check your back seat in case you accidentally leave a pet or a child.
Yeah, not available on the Accord or the Camry.
So safety features, and Gian, I think we both can agree on this, are extremely important when evaluating the performance of a sedan. But another factor that goes a long way for a lot of people, including myself, is build quality. And that's why Hyundai produces its own advanced high-strength steel for its vehicles. It's what helps Sonata's structure be very strong and very light, helping to improve both performance and safety. Now, that's a big part of what helped 2020 Sonata earn some impressive awards, like MotorWeek's 2020 Driver's Choice Award for Best Family Sedan.
And finally, we should talk about how these companies take care of you when you're ready to buy and once you're an owner of their vehicles.
Right, so let's first talk test drive. Now, Gian, when you decide to test drive the 2020 Hyundai Sonata, you can actually get a participating local Hyundai dealership to bring that car to your home or place of work at a time that's convenient for you. Yeah, that's right. We call this program Hyundai Drive. Basically, you choose the Hyundai you want to try out, we'll bring the test drive to you.
Very cool. Now you can do this kind of test drive with Toyota or Honda at their local participating dealerships.
And when you're buying a Sonata, Gian, you want that process to be as easy as possible too. And that's what Hyundai Click to Buy is. Because you can go through that whole car purchasing process all from the comfort of your own home. From the shopping to loan approval, everything is completely online. It's simple, it's safe, and it's convenient.
Yeah, Honda and Toyota have something like that with their participating dealerships.
And of course, there are the warranties. Now, Hyundai has America's best warranty at 10 years, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty.
All right, well, Toyota has a 6-year, 60,000-mile powertrain limited warranty, and Honda has a 5-year, 60,000-mile powertrain limited warranty.
Okay, well, every new Hyundai is also backed by a 5-year, 60,000-mile new vehicle limited warranty.
Both Honda and Toyota have a 3-year, 36,000-mile new vehicle limited warranty.
All right, well, let's talk roadside assistance. With Hyundai, you're getting 5 years, unlimited miles, 24-hour roadside assistance.
Toyota, you're getting 2 years, unlimited miles, 24-hour roadside assistance. And Honda, 3 years, 36,000 miles, 24-hour roadside assistance.
Now, every new Hyundai vehicle comes with Hyundai complimentary maintenance for 3 years or 36,000 miles, whichever comes first.
Toyota has its Toyota Care no-cost maintenance plan, but only for your first 2 years or 25,000 miles, whichever comes first. And with your new Honda, you don't get any complimentary maintenance benefits.
It seems to me, Gian, that the Sonata is going to give you some additional benefits when it comes to regularly scheduled maintenance that you just don't get with the Camry or the Accord.
Seems like it.
All right, well, Gian, it seems like we have reached the end of our midsize sedan head-to-head edition of Hyundai Showroom Walkaround.
You got to see a side-by-side comparison of the 2020 Sonata SEL with convenience package, the 2020 Toyota Camry SE, and the 2020 Honda Accord Sport. And you can see that compared to the Camry and Accord, the Sonata's got a lot going for it. Not just its striking looks, but it's got the technology and safety features that you won't find in the other two cars.
Yeah, and Gian, I gotta say, I was really impressed with the Sonata interior. How modern it looked and how spacious it was. And when you got it right here against its big competitors, honestly, it's even more dramatic.
Okay, great stuff. That'll do it for this one. We'll see you on another episode of Hyundai Showroom Walkaround.